the wonderful headmistress of this great school, the esteemed governors of this exemplary institution, pupils, staff, and parents, both former and present, it's a great pleasure and privilege to be part of this Mill Hill School Foundation Day celebrations today. Today, as we commemorate the 213 years history of this exemplary institution, we also celebrate the 20 years of partnership between Mill Hill School and Sri Jayendra. I'm extremely happy to share my thoughts, views and feelings about this beautiful relationship on this special occasion. Thank you, dear Mrs. Sanchez, for providing this virtual platform to me. This partnership, a brainchild of Mr. William Winfield, the former headmaster of Mill Hill School, is very, very special. It is special because it has defeated the barriers of distance and boundaries to connect two different schools in two different nations, bringing together young minds and people across the world, spreading love, goodwill, and transforming the lives of many children who are less privileged. Mere words cannot reveal the strength and sentiments of this beautiful relationship, yet I will try my best to convey how priceless and precious this partnership is to all of us at Sri Jayendra by turning the pages of our history. 40 years ago, when my two daughters got to school age, there was no good school in Sankarnagar. I had two options before me, either to leave the place or to start a school in Sankarnagar. I opted for the second because a school in Sankarnagar would not only benefit my children, but many other children in the community. My friend, Mrs. Nirmal Ramaratinam, joined hands with me in this mission, and we together started Sri Jayendra School in the year 1981 in a small way, with just 3 classes and 55 children in a small rented building. Thus started our journey in the service of education, but then the journey was not easy. We two ladies had to fight against all odds, but all that we could achieve in the initial years was to run the school in small rented houses and under thatched sheds, converting our kitchens into laboratories. Our children used to pray for a good school building every morning in the assembly. It took more than a decade for us to finally succeed in constructing a mere concrete structure with a few classrooms where we could accommodate our first batch of children for a few days before they completed their schooling and left the school. Then on, every year we added a classroom. Our campus remained a building site for many, many years. This is what we were till year 2000, but then this is what we are today. In the last 20 years, we've been able to entirely transform the total ambience of our school. In a place where there was no school 40 years ago, Jayendra now stands apart with excellent infrastructure, benefiting the 3,000 pupils who now study in our school from kindergarten to 12th standard. The beautiful buildings that you see here are not mere bricks and mortar. They are all chronicles in stone. They speak volumes about the fine relationships, the priceless connections, and the generous funding support that this partnership brought along with it. The excellent infrastructure, the green campus, a lovely library packed with wonderful books received as donation from England, fantastic computer facilities and digital laboratories, modern science labs, a separate wing for the teaching of arts and crafts, popular sports facilities. These are all expressions of love that this bond emits. Moreover, these changes are not mere material transformation. They are changes which have helped to transform the attitude of our pupils. Our pupils now look up with pride at their school. They believe that they are equal to the best in the world. They've started to excel in all dimensions. They've started to think big, to touch new horizons. I strongly believe that this will have a positive impact on their lives, their families, and the society at large in the future. Education alone can alleviate poverty and transform lives. By coming together, we have been able to touch and transform the lives of many underprivileged children who have no access or limited access to education. Around 300 pupils who hail from economically backward homes and socially deprived communities now study in Sri Jayendra, mainly with the sponsorship support received from the Mill Hill community. You'll be happy to know that many of these children who have completed their schooling in Sri Jayendra with your support are today well placed in the society, pursuing their career both in India and abroad. One remarkable thing that this partnership enabled us to achieve happened in the period following the Boxing Day tsunami of 2004 that hit the Indian coasts and their communities with a tragic impact. Within a few months of this catastrophe, the entire Mill Hill community, past and present, parents, pupils, and teachers of all three of the foundation schools raised enough funds to save and rehabilitate children worst hit by the disaster. This generous funding support enabled us to provide asylum to around a dozen children from a tsunami-hit village near Chennai. These children were less than 10 years when we brought them under our care. None of them knew how to read or write. The youngest were barely able to even dress themselves. It is so satisfying that all of them have completed their schooling and have grown into charming, talented adults. The older ones have completed their degree courses. They are the first graduates of the fishing village, and they are proud to be that. The younger ones are continuing their education in universities. The rehabilitation program is now an ongoing project. We've recently taken a few children from the same fishing village. Another remarkable speciality of this partnership is that it has paved the way for teachers and students exchanges. It's a great privilege for our teachers and also for me to visit Mill Hill School and experience the school curriculum in an advanced country like England. The experiences and ideas that we gain at Mill Hill have helped us to transform, bring about positive changes in the teaching standards and strategies of our school. Moreover, these visits helped us to acquire new friends and new connections. Nirmal and I deeply cherish our visit to Mill Hill School during its bicentenary celebrations, which gave us the opportunity of meeting a member of the royal family, the Countess of Wessex. Such moments in our lives would have been impossible without this partnership. Similarly, this whole school photograph, which includes Nirmal and me in it, and the beautiful murals left behind by the art teachers of Mill Hill School in Sri Jayendra, are all static expressions of the dynamic emotions and the inclusive feel that this partnership generates. And finally, coming to the best part of it, Mill Hillians' visit to Sri Jayendra, which I consider to be an unparalleled annual event. June and July are the much awaited months in Sri Jayendra because this is the time when Mill Hillians visit us. During their 3-week stay, so much is being given, shared and exchanged. Our campus bubbles with joy, happiness, and reverberates with a spirit which I feel is the synergy of children of different nations coming together. Both the teachers and the pupils of Mill Hill School contribute so much during their stay. The volume of transactions, emotional, cultural, and educational that take place in our campus cannot be contained in words. Our children simply admire the English lessons of Mill Hillians. This helps to improve the campus English of our school. But beyond that, a special bond of affection, love, develops between Mill Hillians and our pupils. Our pupils start respecting the people and culture of another country, which I believe is a very, very important value that education should be able to achieve in this shrinking world which calls for universal harmony. Finally, when the time comes for Mill Hillians to leave, we always part with a heavy heart. Mill Hillians leaving behind nostalgic memories and their footprints in our hearts. This is the mystic miracle of this beautiful relationship. As I look back at the lovely woods we walked together, I overwhelmed with emotions and gratitude. A small seed of friendship sown at the dawn of this millennium has grown into a beautiful blossoming tree, spreading its fragrance. Past success sows the seeds of hope for the future. Let us create new opportunities, build new avenues and new platforms to strengthen this relationship and to make this world a better place. Finally, before I conclude, I extend my sincere thanks to Mrs. Jane Sanchez for nurturing this beautiful relationship. I thank Mr. William Winfield for creating this wonderful bond. I thank Mr. Paul Bickerdike, a former teacher of this wonderful school, without whom this link would not have happened. I thank all the governors for their unflinching support. I thank each and every one of you for making this possible. Before closing, I close saying, dear Millhillians, you are very, very special to us. You have a very special place deep in our hearts. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for everything. Thank you.